Hi Sparkles, it's Jordan Sparks. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we have another Dance Moms video. So in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to Mackenzie Ziegler versus Asia Monet Ray. So if you're interested in that, make sure to give this video a great big thumbs up. But if you're brand new to my channel, welcome. If you'd like to join the constellation, make sure to smash that juicy red subscribe button to become one of the Sparkles. We just hit 25,000 subscribers, so thank you to everybody that is subscribed to my channel and has been supporting me since the beginning. Thank you guys so much. But all that being said, I just wanted to premise this video that the point of this video isn't really to compare the girls. I don't really promote comparing anybody. There's no real point to comparison. All it does is destroys your happiness. But that being said, we are going to take a look at both Asia and Mackenzie and take a look at some of their strengths and take a look at some constructive criticisms that they could put forth to improve their dancing. That being said, these are really old clips from back in the day from Dance Moms, so they probably have already made all of these corrections, but this video is more so for educational purposes for you guys out there that want to learn about dance. So all that being said, if you're interested in this video, please make sure to give it a great big thumbs up, and let's hop right into it.
I want Asia and Mackenzie to watch one another during rehearsal so they can see what they're up against. All right, Asia, you're up. Hey.
Come over. Oh, shoes.
Shoes, and then come on over here.
Christy Ray gets to go down and watch Asia do her solo. We don't get to do that with our kids. It's just not fair.
Okay, so right off the bat, I've got to say that I think that it's smart of Abby to have both of the girls in the room in terms of educational value, not so that they're like pit up against each other and competing, but so that they can watch somebody else that's in the same age category as them. And I think that that was honestly Abby's main initiative when she brought Asia in, is so that Mackenzie had somebody else that was the same age category as her. So she actually had somebody that was an actual peer that she could work off of, and they can each learn from each other. And so instead of always looking at all of the older girls and being the baby of the group or building some kind of identity like that, I thought that it was useful and that it was intelligent of Abby to bring Asia into the group. For Mackenzie's sake. And even if it was just for the sake of building Mackenzie up as a dancer, it was still an intelligent decision on Abby's part. That being said, right off the bat, just watching their little rehearsal, I've got to say that Mackenzie is always a clean acrobat, but Asia comes out there and she is an absolute powerhouse. So they are very different styles of performers, even though they're both performing like an acrobatic gymnastic kind of style. Primarily, they both have totally different styles. Mackenzie is a very soft acrobat, and Asia is a very hard-hitting, fierce kind of acrobat. So very different. Also, I've got to say that Christy looks like she would be like this kind of really tall, like Amazon kind of woman, like 6 feet tall, I'm kind of picturing. And then when you actually see her compared to anybody else, she's just this tiny little woman, and you're like, oh, she literally looks like she would be so much taller. I don't know if that's just something in my subconscious because I just watch how fierce she is on camera and I expect her to be like this like really tall, intimidating figure, but I guess she's not. Okay, so I just saw one of the sloppiest sickled ankles. Like, I know people just think that Abby's overreacting when she like screams and cringes at a sickled ankle, but when you're a dance instructor, it literally is something that just becomes like, I don't know, like nails on a chalkboard. Like, you're just like, eek, no. So that being said, strong doesn't necessarily always mean good. So Asia is a very strong dancer, but because she's so confident in what she's doing, a lot of the time she really overemphasizes what she's doing wrong. So when you're dancing really, really strong, this is something that I experienced at the beginning of my dance journey was I didn't mean to call you Siri. So that's something that I experienced at the beginning of my dance journey, was trying to do movements that I wasn't really ready for and doing them really, really strong and wrong. And sometimes people may say, if you're gonna do it, go strong and wrong. And yeah, that can be good in some situations, but when it comes to dance, the repetitive motions of doing something wrong is actually so detrimental. It's better to just do it slow and do it right from the beginning, because that's going to amount to doing it correctly much faster than doing it wrong over and over and over and over and over. Because as a dancer, you really rely on your muscle memory, and if you're teaching your body to do something wrong, whether it is like not turning out during a turn, then you're going to have to spend so much time reversing what you've taught your body to do, because it's not just up to your mind. Sure, it's great to know that you need to turn out from the hip, and you need to stretch your knee, you need to stretch your ankles, you need to wing your foot. These are all great things to know cerebrally while you're dancing, but that doesn't mean that they're going to apply to your muscle memory. The only way to connect the two is repetition, and repetition of doing it the right way. One of my dance teachers, whose name is actually Janet Jackson when I was in college, liked to say that it's not practice makes perfect, it's perfect practice makes perfect. So the only way as a dancer to really start getting things consistently correct is to practice them correctly every single time. And that may seem super tedious at the very beginning, but it's kind of like learning piano, and you're sitting there at the piano and your piano teacher is like, back straight, don't look at the keys, like, or while you're playing guitar, and how you're not supposed to look down and you're supposed to keep your posture straight. And that's because that's going to pay off in the long run as a dancer. That's going to pay off in the long run while you're playing piano, while you're playing guitar. Doing it right from the beginning is how you're going to get better fast. And I know we all have this tendency to rush, and we all have this tendency to want to do a new skill right now, even though we're not necessarily ready for it. But if you do it strong and wrong over and over and over, that's what you're training your body to do, and you're always going to do it strong and wrong until you take the time to reverse those habits and do it slow and correct until you're able to do it fast and correct. Anyways, let's get right back into this.
I hope you get to sit in there and watch your kid and get all that. Yeah, but you know what? You should. She's competing head-to-head with Asia.
I don't want to sit down.
You should get the same treatment she's getting.
Nope, I'm fine with just the treatment I'm getting. I don't need to be in there. I like to look at it up here.
While I'm watching Kenzie,
Lots of energy for the top.
what I'm really thinking right now is, can you be cute all your life? Can that cute factor last? I don't think so.
Look right at the judge, like, come on. Tighten that supporting knee. Longer, it has to be up there longer. Okay, shall we?
Okay, so what I've got to say to Christy is, of course you can be cute all of your life. Look at me, I'm a perfect example. I'm still cute. I'm not expired. No, all jokes aside. Why are you worried about Mackenzie? Worry about your own daughter. Worry about her dance. Like, really, you're going to a dance competition, but please don't worry about children and their competition. That's so unhealthy. It's such an unhealthy mindset to be pitting children against each other, and whether you're intentionally doing that or not, the fact that you're saying that out loud and you're looking at these children and you're comparing them, that's definitely going to come off to your own daughter. So I don't know if Christy was just saying that for the cameras, but like, just worry about your own daughter. Don't worry about Mackenzie. Leave that up to the dance teachers. That being said, everybody has their own personal unique style, and if you're a cutesy kind of performer, that usually translates to being an entertainer as an adult. And if you're a very passionate, emotional kind of performer, that usually translates into being a very artistic, soulful dancer as an adult. So there's a time and place for everything. And if you're a very aggressive, competitive dancer like Asia, that usually leads you to being a very aggressive, hard-hitting dancer as an adult. There's a place for every different kind of dancer, and being a cutesy dancer as a child is not necessarily a bad thing, and it's not necessarily even something that you have to outgrow if you don't want to. You can choose what styles of dance you're going to go to. So, does it help to be versatile? Yes, of course, but you don't have to be any certain kind of different dancer. You don't have to be placed in anybody else's different box that you don't want to place yourself in. It's up to you to decide what kind of dancer that you want to be. And in my opinion, if you really strive at being a cutesy dancer, then you do you, because where you strive and where you put your energy is where you're going to succeed in life. So there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm really nervous for Mackenzie. Abby always says that Asia has more energy than Mackenzie. I just hope Mackenzie proves Abby wrong today.
Okay, so do it well. There's nothing to worry about.
Coming to the stage now would be entry number 17. Entry number 17 is in the mini solo division. Here is Mackenzie with Old West.
There's no governor, no sheriff runs this town. Well, old boy might lock you up, but he'll turn you out if you buy the next round. Yes, those words went up in a mighty
blaze. I think Mackenzie did great today. She had a lot of energy and great technique. It's going to be a tough act to follow.
Okay, so I've got to say that I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get much dancing to look at in this clip, but that being said, what Mackenzie does well in these solos, and so I've got to say kudos to Mackenzie, but also kudos to Abby and Gianna for choreographing to Mackenzie's strengths. And I know that a lot of us were like, eye roll while we're watching the series because we're like, can I see Mackenzie do something else other than acrobatic jazz? Because she can do other things. Yes, but at the time, that's what she could do consistently, and that's what she could go on national television and win and make herself look good and build her brand and help Abby build her brand. So at the end of the day, that's why she did that. That's all just down to branding and putting your best foot forward at all times. But behind the scenes, rest assured that Mackenzie was still working on all of her other dance styles. But that being said, from what I see in this performance, what Mackenzie could learn is to be more strong and fierce in her performance, and that's just going to come down to confidence. And I see in Mackenzie that she is a natural-born entertainer, and that comes from being a people pleaser. That's literally rooted in wanting everybody in the audience to be so happy, wanting everybody else's heart to be full. But when that is your natural style of performing, what you're going to need to learn from is other people that are really, really confident and they make it about them going on that stage and they own that stage. Because there's room for both of those things in one singular performer. So I guess what Mackenzie could learn is to have more of a stage presence in terms of, I belong on this stage, I deserve these 3 minutes to shine, yes, I want to please that audience and I want you guys to all have a wonderful time here and I want you to all be entertained, but at the same time, these are my 3 minutes to dance this solo, or I guess these 15 seconds, because that's all we get to see. So for just Mackenzie to have more stage presence and really own her strength while she's dancing on the stage, because that's going to translate into how much muscle she really puts into her dancing, or in this case, acrobatics. That being said, I was really impressed to see that Mackenzie had turned out legs in her leaps and stretched ankles and feet, because that's something that she usually had as a weakness at this age. So shout out to her and 2 thumbs up for that, and just something to note for all of you guys out there that it's really important to stretch your ankles and point your feet all the time. All that being said, let's hop right back into this.
Mackenzie's gonna have to watch out because Asia's gonna be on fire. It's gonna be too hot to handle. Those judges are gonna love it.
Coming to the stage now, we've got entry number 18 in the mini solo division. Here is Asia with 2
Asia came out there smoking. She just grabs that audience. This performance is probably one of her best ones.
So proud of you. What you doing? You don't walk in with the phone, huh?
Asia, why were you on stage singing the lyrics? I thought Asia's dancing was outstanding, but the lip syncing? Come on.
So we didn't get very much of Asia's dancing as well, but what I've got to say is that when you see Asia go on stage, again, she is a natural-born entertainer. She really wants to entertain that audience, but she makes it more about herself. It is more about her time on that stage. It is my time to shine, and that's something that is not natural for everybody, but that is honestly something that is so important in being a star and having that kind of stage presence that really lights up the stage. Is you need to be able to hone that energy that, yes, I'm here to entertain you, but this is my time to shine, and you need to own it. And Asia really does own that. Now, that being said, when it comes to her strengths and weaknesses, what we saw in the rehearsal, but we didn't see here, is sickled ankles. Asia really needs to work on stretching her ankles and winging out her feet, which is the opposite of sickling in your ankles. So you really want to wing out your foot and really work on lengthening those muscles, really point the feet. She really needs to work on her turnout, because yeah, she can do a million L's of cones, but she really needs to work on that turnout so that they look beautiful and not just like she was able to complete 10. Asia is always delivering the facials. Abby is a little bit peeved here because she was lip syncing, and when you're at a dance competition, that's not the best time to be lip syncing. When you're a drag queen on stage, that's a great time to lip sync, but other than that, don't lip sync while you're dancing. Unless you're a drag queen or you're doing an air band, a song and dance kind of lip syncing number, don't lip sync while you're dancing. It's just not appropriate. It does take away and distract from the performance.
You ruined your entire number because everyone was looking at what you were saying. I even motioned to you from my seat. Asia, every goal and obstacle we conquer, you throw yourself back 2 steps.
I think that's a little bit savage. I don't think she ruined the entire number by lip syncing, because for the most part it just looked like she was making sassy faces, but
She told me that I lip sync almost half the song. Miss Abby can yell at me. She's not gonna make me cry.
Mackenzie, did you watch Asia from the Wings?
Yes.
What'd you learn?
Not to lip sync.
see, honestly, we're all laughing, but at the end of the day, that's why it's great to have other dancers in the same age category, because they can learn from each other's triumphs and they can learn from each other's mistakes. We laugh at it, but at the end of the day, Mackenzie learned not to lip sync.
It is now time for our divisional overalls. In second place, from Abby Lee Dance Company, entry number 17, Old West.
Mackenzie got second place in her solo. I know she's disappointed, and she really wanted first place.
And in first place, entry number 18 from Abby Lee Dance Company, Too Hot to Handle.
Asia showed that today she was the better dancer.
So at the end of the day, the decision was in the judges' hands, and they decided that it was Asia for first place today. So I guess that they were choosing the hard-hitting, fierce dancer, and I guess they weren't really thinking that the lip-syncing destroyed her entire number, but that being said, I think that both of them were incredible dancers, and they both did an incredible job, but I do think that there was something that we could learn from both of them, and that there is always something to learn as a dancer. There's always room for improvement. There's always room to grow. And if you like this video, please make sure to give it a great big thumbs up. If you have any questions for me or any suggestions for videos that you'd like me to react to, definitely let me know down in the comments below. But if you would like a personalized shout out from me, or you would like me to react to your dancing, or you just have any kind of question that you would like a personal video response to, make sure to check out my YZO. I will leave the link to that down in the description box below. And before we go, make sure to give this video a great big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and tap the bell notification if you haven't yet already. And I think that that is it for this video, so let me know what you thought of Asia and Mackenzie's dancing down below. And as always, make sure to be weird, be wild, and stay sparkly, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.